Wonderful. Well, thank you guys all so much for joining us today. We're excited to have you. I know most of you probably know who I am, but just for the sake of sharing, I'm Marie Stacks. I am the Director of Operations and PMO at ACDS. I have the privilege of working with Kelsey Hedrick, who I believe you guys all have met as well. She's our project manager. And today we are excited that this is your certificate ceremony. So this is phase one of your apprenticeship program as in the data analyst occupation. As a quick little brief overview, we've got several different employers involved in this program. So thank you to CAE USA, Centennial Bank, GSK, Lost 40 Brewing, and Windstream. We're glad that you could be a part of this program. And thank you as well to Arkansas Coding Academy. To get us started today, we will start with our Director of Apprenticeship, Lonnie Emmerd, and also our Director of the Office of Skills Development, Cody Waits. So Lonnie and Cody, I will hand it off to the two of you.
Well, thanks, Marie. And I see I'm on here representing kind of what Bill Yoder would normally do as our Executive Director. So I'll make the welcome address be shorter, and then I'll say a few words just in the graduate address coming up here. But welcome to everyone. And as Marie said, you know, this is a big thank you not only to the employers, but to our training partner, Arkansas Coding Academy. But the real special event is for the apprentices today. You know, you'll hear me say in a little while just you know, how critical this is to the future of the state of Arkansas. And I can only reiterate that this program is just one of several going on around the state, and it's exemplary in terms of its impact. And so I just want to congratulate you all early on here and know that these kinds of events are special for us. I hope they're as special for you, and we'll try to do our best to celebrate today. So with that, I do want to make an introduction. All of our apprenticeship programs roll up through the Office of Skills Development. And, you know, there's a lot to be said for how the state of Arkansas has aggregated all apprenticeship activity into that organization. And a special treat for us, as we've tried to include in every one of our events, Mr. Cody Waits is the Director of the Office of Skills Development, and we want him to address you today. So Cody, go ahead.
That's an introduction, Lonnie. Appreciate that. Good afternoon, everyone. As Lonnie said, I'm Cody Waits. I'm the Director for the Office of Skills Development, the Department of Commerce. And within my office, we oversee the State Office of Apprenticeship. And so apprenticeship is near and dear to our hearts. We love to see the certificate ceremonies and the kickoff meetings that we have for these cohorts. I was joking yesterday and saying that it seems like we're having these more and more, which is a great thing, right? Because it means that more employers are looking at this as a talent recruitment, talent development, and talent retention strategy, providing opportunities to yourselves, the apprentices, who are looking at ways to upskill, reskill, continue along your pathway of just kind of lifelong learning. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the state of Arkansas, we support apprenticeship training more so than we ever have in the past. You know, and since 2015, we've seen apprenticeship just increase dramatically from around 80-something programs to over 140 now. You know, we had about 30-something hundred apprentices back at that same time frame, and today we're well over 8,000 apprentices here in the state of Arkansas. So along with that comes additional investment, additional partnerships. You know, so first off, you know, thank you to the employers who are investing in this for your talent, you know, recruitment strategies. Thank you to ACDS for your partnership and collaboration in helping stand these programs up. Without you all, we'd still be trying to figure things out. But, you know, when you look back just a couple of years ago, we only had maybe one or two occupations within the state of Arkansas that were being apprenticed at that time. And now we're well over 15 or 16 different occupations due to that partnership with the Arkansas Center for Data Sciences and through our network of RTI providers or instructional providers. So, you know, hats off to the Coding Academy and the things that have been going on with that. You know, it's just interesting to see the dynamic and kind of the ecosystem that's been put in place in not a long amount of time. I mean, we've been working on this, but in terms of state government, we're able to move much more quickly than a lot of our counterparts are. And so it's really been beneficial to see how these cohorts come together and see the outcomes and the benefits for the apprentices and the employers that are engaged in these activities. So on behalf of the governor, the Secretary of Commerce, and myself, I just want to congratulate the apprentices, the employers, ACDS, and everybody on the call today for a job well done. And it's about you, the apprentices, and your journey. This is just one part of it. And, you know, I'm happy to be part of it, and anything that the OSD can do to help assist with anything in the future, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. With that, I guess I'll turn it back over to Lonnie.
Well, thank you, Cody. And so with all that's been said, I don't think I'm going to take a whole long time to have a graduate address, but I do want to kind of reiterate something that I think was brought up when we kicked off this cohort. And that was the fact that, you know, as we have you as the employees of these companies embark on your apprenticeship journey, it was interesting in this particular cohort, the amount of experience that many of you already had with your companies as incumbent workers. And I think that goes to set a great example to both other employers, to the state of Arkansas, and really across the country, that apprenticeship isn't only for just, you know, entry-level new hires. This is a really proven way of taking some classroom, learning, some educational components, and Don does a wonderful job of putting that out there in front of you. But it was really all about how are you going to apply it? You know, you guys had real opportunity within your workplace to already begin thinking about, you know, what is the contribution and what's the kind of missing piece at your company that all of a sudden you as a data analyst were going to be providing. And that's the real results and the productivity that I think all of us would hope comes quickly. You know, if as the employers, and Adam being on here from GSK has been a part of this a few times now, and I think Eric with CAE as well. If you think about the times that we look at the impact of anybody who goes through any kind of professional development, how quickly and how well can they do that? And if you couple really needed skill building with this context and the applied learning, what we hope that creates, and have seen it here, is this tremendous, you know, impact in the workplace. And for you, from a career perspective, I hope that each of you see this as a special moment in your career path. You know, I think that's something I know all of us look back on, and, you know, there's only a few times that you can really look and say that was an interesting pivot or an interesting juncture in my career. I hope this is one of those for you. And with that, I again want to reiterate, and we'll close later with a greater celebration message, but to reiterate what others have already said, and that is congratulations on a job well done. I am anxious to hear the comments from our great partner at the Arkansas Coding Academy, Mr. Don Walker, because Don has really taken this to the next level. So with that, I'm going to turn that over to you, Don, because I know you've really bonded well with this group. So thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Lonnie. Yeah, this was a fantastic group to work with. Congratulations to the apprentices. Had a fantastic time working with you guys. I hope it was as valuable to you as it was to the program, to the approach really of apprenticeship and apprenticeship training and the Arkansas Coding Academy. This is the culmination of a lot of planning and talking and strategizing to partner in an apprenticeship cohort for the Coding Academy. This was the Coding Academy's first apprenticeship cohort. So had a great time, and my hat's off to you guys for sticking with this, especially with this modality. I mean, it's one thing to sit in a classroom when you can, you know, engage 360 degrees, but to stay focused as much as you guys did via Zoom on some fairly, you know, cerebral dry material. You guys are always there with examples from your work and education, and you know, quick with a joke. Loved working with this group. Lighthearted, hardworking, smart folks. So again, thanks. Look forward to many more partnerships with ACDS in the future.
Thank you so much, Don. So this is the part where we would typically have you guys walk across the stage, receive your certificates, and then we would cheer for you big at the end. So we're still going to cheer for you. However, we are going to do this in a very virtual way. So I'm going to go through, Don, and I'm going to switch to the names on the different slides. And if we can actually, sorry. There we go. All right. So if we can go through those and we will just simply read them off, and then we will all unmute at the end and give a big round of applause. So Don?
Okay, will do. Scott Bybee, thank you so much, Scott, for many examples from academia. Allison, fantastic working with you. Stephen Gall.
Here are the top search results.
Hang on, guys. My phone is listening to me.
Now, how appropriate is that for data analysts?
That's, I mean, scary. Talk about machine learning. Holy mackerel. Jeff Hawkins, Jeremy Higgs, James Martin, Janet McKee, Xander Probst, Brittany Stacy, and Cody Villar. That sounds like everybody. Yep.
That was everybody. So you guys, this is the fun part. We all get to unmute at the same time and give a round of applause.
Yay.
Awesome. So on that note, let's open up the floor. Do we have anyone from the employer or the apprentice side of the house that would be willing to speak about your experience thus far?
This is Eric from CE. I'd definitely like to volunteer Scott Bybee first.
That sounds so typical, Eric.
You're welcome, Scott.
So I will go first. I will say that, Don, first of all, thank you very much for taking us through this. I think that was really great. I think you did a good job of keeping the feeling tone at the right level for the class. This had to be a very difficult class for you to teach. For one, the skill sets were so all over the board. And number two, I think that there are so many topics you could potentially go into. It's really hard to kind of hone in and make sure that we're covering the right things. And I think you did a really good job of that. What I found is that there's certain pieces that I'm going to be using more going forward. And those are the ones that I'll keep focusing on in my own professionalism and keep building skills in those areas. But I think the overview of the class, as far as the number of things you hit on, was really good. So I appreciate you doing that, Don.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm not going to put Jeremy on the spot just yet. I'll go and step in for him. But from the employer side, I really appreciate the opportunity to work with the team on this one. I've already seen gains in the company side. Don, the capstone project we talked about that the teams had worked on, I think was fantastic for us to this, because it gave them something real to apply, to say what's a real problem we're going to have to fix and how do we apply that, leveraging what we learned in this course. So I highly recommend doing that in the future. I think it was value added for the team. I know my team definitely were actually solving a real problem we're trying to fix and leveraging what they learned in this course to get the outcome, which our leadership team's already been lauding the team for. So I appreciate
All right.
that. Thank you.
Cool.
Hey, this is Mike Stafford with Windstream. I'll say a couple notes here. At Windstream, you guys probably know us, but we provide data networking, security, unified communications to small and large business across the entire U.S. And we employ a little over 11,000 folks across 49 states. But we are headquartered here in Little Rock, Arkansas. So we always look for opportunities to partner with our friends here in Arkansas and really appreciate the partnership here. I'd just like to congratulate again Stephen Gall and Janet McKee, who represented us, and I think they got a lot out of it. I think the comment about a lot of different skill sets even probably went across the two folks that we had in here. So feedback from them in some cases would be it was pretty in depth as you got farther along in the class, and then another one might say, well, it was boring at first because he had a little more background to start with. So A lot, I mean, you guys covered a ton in 16 weeks, SQL, Python, R, a couple of different business intelligence, applications. I mean, I'm really impressed with the breadth of it. So I appreciate what you guys offered, and we'll be looking for, future opportunities as well. So thank you.
Great feedback. Thanks, Mike.
So this is Eric again. I can't stop talking. I do want to specify congratulations to Scott and Jeremy, the entire team actually, for all of the elements went through it. I do know, Jeremy, that you have a lot more work ahead of you because no good deed goes unpunished. So congratulations and my condolences.
That's the piece we like in some ways, because that means they become a very integral part of your team. So, Charles.
Yeah, this is Charles from Centennial Bank. I enjoyed hearing from Jeff the variety of techniques and technologies, and really looking forward to that capstone project. It's something I dreamed up a couple of years ago that I'll finally get to see it realized now.
That's pretty cool in itself.
Yeah.
Any words from any of our other apprentices?
Yeah, I'll go for the Lost 40 piece of things. It's kind of funny looking at everyone's icon and seeing, all these big time businesses, and you have a random brewery pop up there. But it was kind of interesting having having this knowledge kind of based off of just kind of the data that we're working with. I feel like every single class I'd ran to my management and I was like, have we heard of this? And just kind of try to best I could explain what I just learned, which, sometimes turned out better than others based on the content. But it was definitely a very a growing experience that I, thank you, Eric, that I am, I'm glad to be a part of all of this. I know Lost 40 has, my Grant couldn't be a part of this today. He's doing some important work, but I know everyone here was appreciative of all the knowledge that I gained and all the opportunity that y'all gave us. So on behalf of everyone here, thank you. And hey, y'all come on over. Let's get it going.
Hey, I personally,
We're on our way.
Lost 40 any chance I get. So, and I did get my pre-orders in for nighty night. So thank you.
I was there Saturday.
I was about to say, yes, sir. We got, and all the data stuff's just going to keep making the beer even better. So keep on coming.
Thank you for that, Xander. And yes, Lost 40 is definitely a favorite around here. So
This is Allison. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate I know it was done for reasons of the pandemic, but I really appreciate the virtual format, which I probably wouldn't have been able to participate if it were in person, since some of us in Rogers. So I was really grateful for that opportunity.
Well, Allison, I really appreciate all the value you brought to the course. You are a wellspring of information and experience. I sure appreciate you and not being shy on the mic when it was time to pipe up and contribute to the class or ask a question. Real pleasure.
Hey, this is Adam from GSK. I want to congratulate the team, everybody involved, because I know what it takes from the managers supporting these classes to the students that are taking them. And I've seen firsthand the workload that we have on our GSK team and what's been expected of them lately. But here we are, successful completion of the course, and not a complaint along the way, at least back to me. Some of their class sessions may have been a little bit of group therapy as they were trying to keep up with workload, but I really appreciate the opportunity and the format and the fact that despite all the excuses for why this possibly couldn't be completed or done. Everyone involved has come together and found reasons to make it successful, not just completed, but successful. And I appreciate that, and really looking forward to future coursework and continuing to grow our teams in this program together.
Thank you so much for those words, Adam. We're glad to have all of the companies here as our partners and all of the apprentices as part of our community as well. So I'm going to leave one more awkward pause or two. Do we have anyone else that would like to speak today?
Current and expanding registered apprenticeship programs throughout the state since 2015.
Okay, awkward pause complete. Awesome. Well, I am going to hand it back over to Lonnie and Cody to close us out. But congratulations to everybody on this first step in your apprenticeship program. We are extremely happy to have all of you as a part of this and look forward to the growth that we're going to continue to see, both in registered apprenticeship programs for IT, but also in Arkansas and the IT that we know is going to be a fantastic growth and the perfect storm for Arkansas. So.
Just one thing. Sorry, guys. Marie is going to send a post-course student survey out. I really appreciate as much detail. There's no wrong answer. You won't hurt my feelings. As much feedback as you can give me, good, bad, and different, on the content and delivery of the course. I really appreciate it. Thanks in advance for doing that survey for me, guys. That's all I had.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Don, immensely. And once again, the big congratulations here for a job well done by everyone involved. And we all know, as Adam said, there's, always going to be, hills to climb and, kind of a stick-to-itiveness that has to go on with any of these. But the real key that we've stressed for all of you is that you've got a support network here, an ecosystem from ACDS to training provisioning to the state agency at OSD, to ensure that as you and your companies are moving forward, that if you ever need anything, we're here. The apprenticeship continues. You're on the job training, and who knows, in the future you become that mentor, that person who recommends to someone else to get involved in an IT apprenticeship program. So please be advocates for us, and we look forward to continuing to work with each of you as time goes on. Cody, I don't even know if you're still here. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I'm here, but no, you've all said it very well. Again, just congratulations. We're happy to be a part of this initiative, and happy to be a part of many more moving forward into the future.
Very good. Marie, I think we're there. I don't know if you're doing
All
another.
right. I'm going to do the awesome. Everybody unmute. Always at the beginning we say mute your lines. Go ahead and unmute. Let's do one more round of applause for everybody.
Are you going to do a picture for National Apprenticeship Week?
And yes, that's a great idea. Okay.